We're going to cover the state of the state, or at least John asked me to do that. Now this is a little bit peculiar because, you see, John usually reserves this segment of his conferences for someone else to deliver the state of the state. I am, of course, referring to the queen of the internet, Mary Meeker. Now, you know, Mary, longtime Morgan Stanley research analyst, and you know, her work was just so good. It's deeply researched. It's editorially fact-checked. She's got a large team assembling all of the information. You could sort of call it the 60 minutes, if you would, of research. I, on the other hand, and of course, what happened to Mary was she moved on from investment banking into venture capital land, is now a partner at Kleiner. And so, you know, she could do this, but she's probably too busy counting her money. So instead, John asked me to come up. Now, my style is a little bit different, probably a little bit more along the lines of Jon Stewart. So hopefully today we're going to cover a few high-level issues, but also have a little bit of fun with it as well. Now, the theme here, of course, here we are on Hudson Street. Location is very important. However, John wanted us to sort of take a 30,000 foot view of our industry. And so that's about what that looks like. And before we get into some of the closer to home stuff, I think it would make sense, because Mary is so good and she produces these reports, that we revisit Mary. Only we don't have the time. She usually gets about a 15-minute segment, and she uses all of it with her 62-slide deck that covers everything that's going on in the internet. We don't have time for 15 minutes of Mary, but we do have time for what segment I call Meeker in a Minute. Get ready. Well, Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook remain mega leaders, but the new leaders are emerging as the rest of the world comes online, especially in social, local, and mobile. Regardless of economic conditions, mobile is growing everywhere, but there's still room for more growth. Google Android and mobile, Amazon Kindle for tablets, Apple for both, mobile apps, mobile search, mobile advertising, all growing. Just look at the figures. New hierarchy is emerging. GUI matters, touching, feeling matters, as do senses like hearing and speaking. E-commerce is growing on mobile devices too, because it's clean, cheap, local, and easy. In advertising, there's room for growth, though we've come a long way towards closing the gap. Search is growing, but social is growing faster, and it's more difficult to monetize. Good luck, Facebook. In content, there's a shift from creators to aggregators. USA is dominating the smartphone market. Megatrends include real-time, global, and connectivity, and there are consequences for authentic identity. The economy was in bad shape, with GDP flat and confidence down, and we have too much debt. What a surprise. In closing, not sure where the economy is going, but in terms of tech, wow.